Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. I want to say thank you for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner. And as you can see, I have my patented David Lynch outfit on. I even went and got a haircut. This is kind of my new hairstyle that I'm going for here. Ironically enough, very similar to David Lynch. I don't have as much gray hair, although it's starting to show over here. But anyway, today, if you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I've been waiting a little bit to talk about, just mainly because there's so many other movies that came out over the last couple weeks, and the holidays and everything got kind of crazy. But I'm very glad to finally bring you my review of the new 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Criterion of Mulholland Drive. This is one that I was really looking forward to. Actually kind of surprised that Criterion put this out as one of their first 4K Blu-rays, because they already had this on Blu-ray, and that Blu-ray, if you've seen my review of it, and I'll put a link to it here, that Blu-ray was really good. That was a really solid Blu-ray. That one actually came from a 2015 master, a 4K remaster of the film. And that standard Blu-ray was spectacular. I mean, it was really, really well done. But here's Criterion one-upping themselves here with a new 4K. And honestly, I was a little, a little hesitant because I was like, that Blu-ray looks so good. How much better could this be? So today on the channel, I'm going to be reviewing the new 4K disc that comes in this set. I'm going to show you the set. I'm going to also talk about the audio quality, of course, the picture quality, and the special features and stuff. So we're going to talk about that. Starting off, again, right from the beginning here, this is pretty much an identical type package to the Criterion Blu-ray that came out a few years ago. I'm going to take it out of the case here so you can see. Here's the box here, and it comes with a really nice booklet. You can see the actresses there on the front, and there's your cowboy there, mysterious cowboy. And I'll open it up here, and you can see there's the theater there that you see at near the end of the film. And on this side here, you're going to notice that's the 4K disc, and that is the Blu-ray on the other side. So it's just a 2-disc set, but the packaging, of course, it's Criterion. It's really nice. I actually prefer this way more than that Citizen Kane nightmare scenario package that we had there. Although I kind of get a kick out of how wild that package is. This is kind of the way I like it. It's very simple, very straightforward. But again, it's got the 4K disc inside. Now, this 4K disc is really interesting. So basically, it's the same 2015 master, the same 2015 4K restoration, but now it can finally be seen in the full 4K, and this does have that Dolby Vision Hdr on it. And honestly, watching it at first, I was kind of looking for the differences, and then as the movie went on, I realized that this movie, the picture quality on this disc, when you go from that 1080 to 4K and then you add in that HDR, that really has done a wonder on this film. The film overall, the picture quality is vastly improved. The number one thing is going to be the level of detail on this is really off the charts, and it was already really solid on that older Blu-ray. But now that we can see the movie in its full 4K, it is really a big uptick in definition. Even though the black levels are darker, one thing I noticed, the whole film is darker. The entire movie looks about 2 to 3 shades darker than the previous Blu-ray. But you do get a really almost perfect black level on this disc. Shadow detail is unbelievable. That very famous scene near the beginning where the guy is in the diner talking about these dreams that he's having and everything, nightmare that he's having. You can actually see more detail in his jacket and his shirt that he's wearing, even though it's in a shadow now, than you can on the previous Blu-ray. And that's just one example. All the night scenes are just a little bit more vibrant now. Their black levels in those scenes now are pretty much spot on, and it really does lend this mystery to the film that it always has been kind of a mysterious film, but now it really does feel very lifelike, and I mean extremely lifelike now. Skin tones are perfect. Skin tones are very natural. I would even say, I would say scary realistic, honestly. The detail level is much more precise now than it was before. I would even say the Dolby Vision HDR is really the big thing here. Dolby Vision really has lent a whole new array of colors to this. Now, it's not a drastic difference between this and the previous Blu-ray, but blues are much more vibrant. The greens and browns in the film are definitely more apparent. Reds are much darker and deeper than they were before. I already mentioned the black levels, but also there are some scenes in this film that get extremely bright, and that is something I was really impressed about. Now, the film does seem to be a little bit softer than it was before, but it's a filmic softness. It's purposefully done. The film, the way it was shot, it is meant to have like a very dreamlike quality to it. A lot of David Lynch's films do, almost all of them do. But this softness is not an artifact of digital noise reduction. There is a fine layer of grain that is all throughout the film. It's never distracting, but it is there. But you can definitely see the softness in the picture now a little bit more than you could before. And that, again, has to do with the increase in resolution and also the Dolby Vision HDR. The film as a whole, I think, is massively improved throughout in terms of picture, more so than I thought what we were actually going to get with this disc. And I was very, very impressed with the picture quality. It was very, very impressive. The other thing I want to mention that I haven't really read much about, but it is actually in the booklet that comes with this, is that the 5.1 track, I think it's a DTS HD. Yeah, it's a 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio track. The one that's on the 4K disc is actually a new mix. It's a remastered mix that was done for this 4K disc, and I guess it's a near-field remaster. So the actual audio on the 4K disc is actually a new soundtrack, which is, pretty cool. I was glad that they did that. To be honest, I didn't notice a lot of differences between that and the older Blu-ray. I did not notice very much in terms of sound difference at all, but the audio is still crystal clear. The music sounds amazing. Angelo Badalamente's music in this film is outstanding, and it really does shine true with that 5.1 track. It was really well done. I kind of wish we had a Dolby Atmos track, but again, for what we got, I think it's perfectly serviceable. The film doesn't really need one of those, one of those kind of Atmos tracks, but for what we got, I'm glad we have it, and it was really, really well done. Now, in terms of the Blu-ray that comes with this set, the standard Blu-ray is where you get all your special features. Now, the standard Blu-ray is the exact same disc that we got a few years ago on the other set. It is the exact same special features. There really isn't anything new added. Even the booklet inside is pretty much the same. So my only real complaint with this set is I wish they could have added a couple more special features on here, but they didn't. It's just, it's the same disc you got before. And if you already have that Blu-ray and you're not looking for a 4K disc, then there's no real reason for you to buy this. However, if you want to see this film in a true 4K remaster, this is the way to go. Honestly, this is probably one of the best 4K discs I have in my collection now. I've always loved David Lynch's work. This is probably my favorite film of his. I always kind of go between this and Blue Velvet. I always kind of switch back and forth between the two. But this is hands down the best looking one of his films that's out there right now. It is amazing to watch. If you love the film already, you're really going to love this release from Criterion. It's just kind of a bummer that we didn't get any extra special features or an Atmos track. But for what you get, it is really a spectacular 4K disc from Criterion. And between this and Citizen Kane, besides the little issue there with the Blu-ray from, that was messed up with Citizen Kane, I think we're really in for a treat when it comes to more 4K discs coming from Criterion. They really are carrying on their tradition of greatness when it comes to home video releases, and I cannot wait to see some of their more upcoming releases as time goes on. If you're interested in picking up this disc, which I highly recommend, I'm leaving a link to Amazon in the description below. If you use that link, I do get a kickback here on the channel, and it really does help us grow and helps me to keep bringing videos like this to you. Until next time, I just want to say thank you so much for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner. Please stay safe, and until next time, take it easy.